I just want to say this house here is one that's pre-rehabbed, okay? I can't take you in any of the other ones that we're selling because they're all done, rehabbed, and rented, and I can't take 50 people through the house. This is that mid-range house that we talked to you guys about yesterday. We had the nicer, newer homes that were like 2005 and newer. Then we had like the mid-range. This is called like the Maryville area. They were built in like the 60s, 70s, and 80s. The rents are similar, but the prices are a little lower, so the returns are a little higher, if you guys remember the stuff I was talking about yesterday. Yep. So this is a mid-range house, 3 bedrooms, 1 bath, pre-rehab. When you guys were walking up, you could see maybe some of you could, the roof needs a complete tear-off, all right? So just so you guys know, to tear off this roof for me at cost is probably around $3,000. But if you guys were to go have some contractor or something to do, it's probably about a $5,000 to $6,000 job. All right. So we're going to tear off the roof. We're going to paint the outside. We like all the outsides to be painted and fresh, 2-tone paint. We'll make sure there's no chipping paint. Paint the window seals, the shutters, all the trim around on the outside, and the base color. Let's go inside. Here, I just want to let you guys know what we do standard to the houses over here. As you can see, we got electrical issues. Someone's come through here and stripped out the electrical. So all the outlets pretty much, we got to rerun the electrical. We'll re-put the base plates on. Here, we always paint the walls 2-tone. I usually tan the walls with this semi-gloss paint. The reason we use the semi-gloss, and this is semi-gloss, there's a difference between flat and semi-gloss paint. Flat doesn't have the sheen to it. But the reason we like to use the semi-gloss is because if you have kids that put their hands on it or furniture that rubs up against it, you can just wipe it off. And you as a landlord, all right, you don't want to have to come through and repaint your house every time somebody new comes in. So if you can semi-gloss the wall with the heavy-duty semi-gloss, it's going to save you thousands of dollars in maintenance down the road. One good thing about Phoenix, the Phoenix market is, this is kind of standard, the tile on the floor. This is going to last a whole heck of a lot longer than carpet. Another expense for you as a landlord is going to be carpet replacement. So in all the houses we do, in every city we do, we either put hardwood floors in, tile, or we put a really dark, tough grade of commercial carpet in, so that it doesn't have to be replaced all the time. Because painting and carpet are always your 2 main expenses as a landlord. So if we can do things to limit having to replace those after tenants move out, that's what we try to do. So in this house, paint, 2-tone, semi-gloss, all new electrical. We put all new fixtures in. We'll put new ceiling fans in here. If you let me walk over to the kitchen. What we do in the kitchen is if we don't have to replace cabinets, we don't. Like these cabinets are decent wood, so what we'll generally do is take all the hardware off these cabinets, put nice new hardware on, give them a nice new paint job. The countertop though, we always replace stuff like this. We take the countertops off, we put a new, we have a couple different styles of countertop, but usually put the Formica countertops in. We'll put a brand new sink basin in. We put brand new appliances in all of our houses, all right? So new appliances, new paint, new hardware. We always update all the plumbing and electrical. We put what's called PEX plumbing in. They have some old plumbing down here. We use brand new plastic PEX plumbing because it doesn't freeze. You don't have to worry about that in Phoenix, but we're in a lot of other markets too, and you have to worry about the cold weather. If we go back here to the bedrooms and the bathrooms, I know we all can't fit, but same thing. We'll just go through, we replace all these doors. These doors are all old and kind of messed up. So we replace the doors, we replace the hardware on the doors, all new paint, all new light fixtures. This is a 3-bed, 2-bath. All right, and this, look, you can look in here. This entire bathroom has to be replaced. We'll put all brand new vanity in, brand new mirror, brand new toilet. This tub's just completely demolished. What we'll do probably here is strip this down with an acid wash and re-enamel it. This old tile, although it doesn't look real nice, is actually pretty sturdy, and we'll probably keep this. We'll probably have some color to match it, because this stuff here is actually good quality tile. It lasts for a lot of years. But we'll put all new hardware here and here, new light fixtures. Let's go out the back and look in the back. All right, if you look outside here, you can see that the roof is bad. All right, so we're gonna have to tear off the roof, like I said, and replace the roof. In Phoenix, you'll see up top, look up here on top of the house. You see that unit up there? Up here on the top? That's your furnace and your air conditioning unit, okay? A lot of times here in Phoenix, they put them up on the roof like this. In some other markets, you'll have a condensing unit on the ground and the furnace inside. But that's the furnace and the air conditioning unit. We replace furnace and air conditioning units generally. We usually have them 7 years old or newer. If they're older than that, we'll put new ones in. If they're newer, we'll resurface them to make sure that they're good. In Phoenix, most of the lots are pretty small. This one's actually decent size. We've got an okay sized backyard. We've got the block fence basically here for children and dogs. And we got a little storage facility over here, which is actually where the hot water tank is. If we look in there, you can see the hot water tank's old and the plumbing's old. We'll have to replace that hot water tank and all the plumbing that runs over. So really, this house is probably about a $15,000 rehab at our cost. If you probably went somewhere to to do it at a contractor, I would say probably $22,000 to rehab a house like this. So, okay. Usually we'll do some landscaping, okay? When we paint the outside, we'll go in the front and put some mulch down, put some little bushes. We'll clean the yard up one time before they move in. Okay. And then once they've moved in, it's their responsibility to do the yard. Yeah. This is typically that mid-range house that turnkey is probably somewhere between 55 to 70 grand, depending, or 50 to 70 grand, depending on the size and the neighborhood. This area is called Maryville. The type of tenants that you have here are blue-collar, lower-end blue-collar workers. As a matter of fact, the girl next door came outside and said, hey, I'm paying $1,100 over here for rent. Do you guys have anything we can rent? We usually rent these for $850. $1,100 is way above market. I don't know why she's paying that, but she's already got our number. She wants to rent this one when it's done. So they rent very fast in this neighborhood because it's a pretty safe neighborhood. It's just a blue-collar working neighborhood. And as you'll see when you drive up and down the roads, there's not a lot of vacant houses. There's not a lot of stuff out in the street. So this is a good mid-grade safe level. But this is kind of indicative of all those mid-grades that we'll be showing you guys on the slideshows. I just wanted to take you to this one so you guys can kind of see an example. But this is a pre-rehabbed one. The two we're going to go to next have been rehabbed, so we'll walk through some that are all the way finished. Also here in this area called Maryville, it's called Rancho. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, I believe. And I think it's rented for right around $800 a month. It's kind of standard for this area. They're all pretty much the same. The houses are all pretty much 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Around 1,200 square feet, approximately $800 a month in rent. Taxes are about $60 a month average in this area, maybe $700, $800 for the year. So not too bad. When you're trying to calculate your return, or whenever you're trying to think of these investments, you just take the rent, which is $800 a month, times 12 will give you your gross rental amount, and then take your yearly taxes out. Like I said, it's about $700, $800 here. Insurance is about $650 for the year. Property management will be about $1,000. So we're talking 13, 14. So we're looking at 1,000 plus. Yeah, 2,000. It's going to be about $2,600, $2,700 for all the fees after maintenance, property management, taxes, and insurance. So if the net is, what's 800 times 12? Who knows that?
1,600.
There you go. 10,000. 10,600 minus 2,700. So like $7,500, $8,000 for the year for your net. Just look at the neighborhoods. That's really what's important here. All the neighborhoods are pretty much the same.
And it's right along the properties because they have grass.
Yeah, and you'll notice there's no grass here. Wonder why.
Oh, because they didn't plant winter grass.
Oh.
Planting ryegrass in water is very expensive.
Very
So they don't get their Bermuda
But during the
grass.
summer, that'll all come naturally.
Yeah, they'll all come back. Natural landscape.
I wonder if I could sit down. This next place we're going, Buckeye, is about 30 minutes away, so I'm going to sit down and listen. Do you guys have any questions? You know, the houses that we're going to out here, the reason we've come to these is because I have two that are available that we can actually walk through. It's really hard for me to get you guys to walk through properties again because almost everything we have is rented. We fix them up very quickly and get them rented quickly. But these are two right here that we're just in the middle of working on or just finishing. Actually, they're both rented, but the renters don't move in until the middle of next week, so this gives us a nice little chance to see a couple properties. Now, as you guys can see here, we're coming up into Buckeye. You can see all the houses they're all 04, 05 or newer. Very nice homes. Most of these houses out here in this area were 160 to 300 in the boom, and now we can get them rented, turnkey, ready to go for 75 to 90. So it's pretty amazing. I mean, these nice brand new houses in this nice, beautiful, brand new city. All the businesses here are new. Everybody that works out here is good, hardworking family people. 75 to 95 grand as most of the prices. And you'll see when we get here, you'll be pretty much amazed that you can buy anything like this for 75. These houses here, of these type of houses, these newer ones, for the appreciation, if you remember Chris, the local expert that came in, the big, tall, teddy bear looking guy, he was talking about 12 to 18 months for a lot of these newer things to rebound back to at least that cost to reproduce. I feel like here we got a little park. I feel the exact same way as him. These things have to bounce back. These are brand new homes. And not one builder can build any house around here until these bounce back the cost.